All right, I apologize, my fault. Let's start again. So I've just been through about 10 minutes of explanation. I've recorded the first part of this trade on this video, and you'll see it. You'll have seen it by now if you're watching the video. If you're trading live with me, I'm sorry I've got the Slack open. I'm going to get rid of this. You should be able to hear me now. It's not an online, it's just impromptu, Tanil. I didn't plan this. I'm just doing my Bitcoin scalping for members only. I'm closing down the, okay, you've got the sound. I'm going to close down the Slack because it keeps on popping up. All right, so you can chat in the chat box in the thing. So let me explain what happened. I went long on the breakout, 12,500, give or take a few dollars. 12,500. Please don't type in the Slack anymore, folks. It's buzzing up on my screen. I'm trying to get some peace here. I went long on the breakout at 12,500. We're now at 13,425. When we dipped down back to the 20-period moving average, guys, if you can just hold off on the Slack a bit, please. When we dipped back down to the 20-period moving average, I bought another piece. So I've got one full Bitcoin there, and I put on 0.1 Bitcoin over here at the 20-period moving average. We dipped down, we're back up there. We haven't broken the 20 yet. I'm looking to buy more on a further dip. I drew these two arrows in some time ago, and I estimated we could either dip down to the 20-period moving average, which is the bottom of the green arrow that I had in there, and that's where we dipped down to, although it took some time. If I move that across, you'll see we dipped to exactly that level, and that's where I got long. I'm hoping to get a dip down to the 50-period moving average. On this 5-minute, I'm scalping. We've traded the breakout. I'm willing to add on the dips on the breakout pullback. It's a pretty simple scenario. Breakout, pullback. The pullback could come all the way back to the breakout point and the 50-period moving average. That's a beautiful confluence. Sometimes the breakout will just come back down to the 20, which we did. We tried to bounce, failed it. We're coming back from underneath. If we fail that now, we should curl down, get back down to the breakout point at 112,500, where I'll add some more on. You'll also see in my MT5, which you'll have seen already, I've also got orders stacked up every $3,000 to add 0.1 more Bitcoin on. That's more of a longer term play. Right now, I'm scalping the breakout, and these are additional trades to my already long Bitcoin hold, and these will be taken profit and put into my Bitcoin wallet later on today. So that's my plan, and that's where we are. Yeah, so I thought I might just stream this for you guys for your benefit. And that's what we're doing. That's all. Just for the guys in the private group. No one else. All right, I've got the Slack back open again. Now, can you hear me? Is everything good? All right. Sebastian, you can hear me. You can type up in the Slack now. Tanil. And if someone wouldn't mind just reposting the link. All right, fantastic. So in the background there, you can see the green light next to my surfboard. That's my Bitcoin lamp, but I've made it green because it looks cool, but it's normally orange. Thank you very much, Sebastian. I appreciate that, mate. So folks, this is nothing formal. This is not going out to the public, except for the recording, which I'll do once we've wrapped up here. So I'm going to be scalping Bitcoin all night long as the software doesn't collapse on me. And I'm happy to do that with you. So let me repeat and reiterate. I have a long position from 12,500. This is a day trade scalp. I'm scalping Bitcoin. This has got nothing to do with my long-term holdings, which are significant, and I'm holding them. These will be profit taken later on today. We're breaking out above the 20 right now. We'll take profit on these later on today, I hope. And I'm just going to switch that across to my cold wallet. But so this is a scalp. It's called stacking sats, stacking up Bitcoin. That's what we're meant to do, apparently. I've become a bit of a Bitcoiner, and I found out that actually trading Bitcoin on a day trading basis is super fun and much easier than day trading the Nasdaq or the S&P or the euro against the US dollar. This is, good solid trading with good trends, good moves, and I just don't. I do it in the evenings sometimes, but I don't do it generally. So, yeah. So seeing as we're relaxed and casual, I'm just going to chill out here with you guys, and you can come and go as you wish. Maybe I'll just put this up. Actually, maybe I'll make this public. Should I? What do you guys think? Should we go public or just keep it to ourselves? What say you?
Hi, it's James here.
Oops. Shall I make this public? My finger's on the button. All right. Shall we do it? Why not? Why not? Yeah, this is a test of equipment, streaming, and a bit of fun. I'm Bitcoin trading. I day trade Bitcoin in the evenings, and I started off making a video just to illustrate what I've been doing after the breakout today. And then I thought I'd go live to my members only, my members group. And then I thought, well, I might as well just go public, and everyone else agreed. So we public. It's just a chill out, nothing more than that. No, I'm not selling any, Ellie. Ellie, put your questions up for those in my private group right now. And if you're following me on YouTube, rather type your comments up in YouTube. I'm going to close the Slack down. For those of you still in Slack, if someone wants to know if we're live on YouTube and what the link is, if you wouldn't mind posting that up for me, that'd be very kind of you. Thank you. I'm leaving the Slack now. All right, folks, so this is where we are. I'm scalping Bitcoin. I'm making a video about this, and I will show you the actual live MT4 account. This is just a day trading account which I use to top up my Bitcoin. It's got nothing to do with my long-term Bitcoin positions. On the breakout, literally, I bought at 112,500, and I bought another bit on the dip down. I explained all of this in the beginning when we started live, so I'm not going to do that now. If you'd like to, you can watch the video and I put it up later in probably tomorrow on YouTube. So we're long. We have one full Bitcoin here at 112, and on the dip back down to the 20-period moving average, which I anticipated, I added 0.1 more Bitcoin. We dipped down below that. I'm also anticipating, or was at least, or potentially, a dip down to the 50-period moving average on this 5-minute chart on Bitcoin, and back down to the breakout area with a classic breakout pullback and resumption of the uptrend. We haven't got the full pullback yet. I'm still expecting that is possible or even likely. So we have one full Bitcoin on at 112,500, and we're trading at 113 665 now, and one more 0.1 position at 113. So both of those are in profit, and let's see how far we can go. I want to get out of these trades before I finish off here today. So these are day trades. They won't be held overnight, and they're not part of my long-term Bitcoin swing trading portfolio. Good evening, JG, Edgar, November, autumn, November 2017, autumn. Paula, The Jazz, Stephen, Pemberton, Herinda, Dwayne, Vikash. Now, I think that the names that are highlighted in green in the chat box, well, it's green for me. I don't know what it looks like on your side. May as well get this up live, I suppose. Bear with me. Yeah, they are green. Some are green and some are not. I think the green highlights are the members. If you'd like to join and become a member, there's a join button below this video. It's $1 a month, and you can be green as well if you want to be. So let's get back to the Bitcoin chart. So we're long Bitcoin. We took one full long Bitcoin here at the breakout point. That's our position size. I will show you, or you will be seeing this, or you have seen it already, and I'll add it on at the end of this video when we finish, and I'll show you the trade positions on my live trading account, which I use for day trading Bitcoin, and I'll show you the probably the exits as well and the profits that we've taken. So far, we've got about $1,000, $1,120. I can't run the trade session on this laptop, unfortunately, simultaneously, because it runs MT5, resource heavy, as is the streaming software and the charts. So MacBooks are not great. MacBook Airs, anyway. Vikash, the private group is on discount at the moment, and it's not a lot. It's like, I think, $67 a month, and you get full access to everything, including discounts on all my courses, and you get to see every single trade I take and every single trade I exit, and talk with me and talk with the other members all day long about your trading. And I help members individually as well. I help one person today save a very large trading account, and I put the account up in the members area to discuss how we got out of that situation. It's not over yet, but we've worked through a problem. We've tried to identify it and address it, and I help members do that too, particularly with those with big drawdowns and struggling to trade, or have lost confidence, or just really want to start out trading and learn how to do it, or whatever it might be, or maybe an experienced trader who is just lost the way. It happens. It's happened to me. It happens to every single trader, and you just need someone maybe a little bit older like me to help you and get back on the horse and just reevaluate a few things. So we're not talking about natural gas right now, Harinder. Let's stick to the subject right now. I'm not changing my natural gas position, by the way. I'm not long or short. I will wait for tomorrow. I've got a plan for Friday and the weekend, which I've discussed already with my private group. So here we go on Bitcoin, folks. Remember, we've got one Bitcoin, one full Bitcoin. I will show you the full trading account, live trading account with the position, with the profits or the losses. Don't expect to go into a loss now. We broke out at 112,500 where I got long, and I got long on the dip back down to the 20-period moving average. Another small tranche, not a full size. This is one full Bitcoin. That was 0.1 of a Bitcoin. I've also got orders stacked up, $3,000 above each other, but that's for the longer term play. This one I want to be out of by the end of play tonight, which is in about 3 or 4 hours time. So maybe we'll hang out for that long here, as long as the RAM hangs out on my computer. And it could be that it's already starting to stutter and run out of steam. So I'd also like to try and get some music. I could put some music on, actually. I've got a bi-directional. What about a bit of trading music? That would be cool. We may as well just not sit here in silence looking at the charts. And please don't hang around if you find this boring. This is not intended to entertain people or anything. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing with this Bitcoin day scalping setup. And I am going to put some music on, because I like music when I'm trading. I've got a whole music playlist as well, which I made on AI, all about trading. And if you sign up below the video, there should be a link in the description. I'll check that just now. Yeah, there is in the description. You can excuse me, access the Trader Survival Kit, and in the Trader Survival Kit, which is free, you can. I'm just peering around the microphone here. You can get access to my trading playlist, which I'm trying to bring up now. All right, there we go. Handpan music, yeah, that's great. I like that very much too. So this music here that you can hear in the background, I don't know if you can hear it, is my AI music album. So click on the link below. There's a link below that says Trader Survival Kit, and you'll get a whole bunch of stuff, including my music playlist and a few free books and videos and stuff, which I think would be really helpful to most traders. Let's get back to the chart. So moving up steadily. Now this sort of move here that you see when you're scalping and day trading, let me just turn this down. When you're scalping and day trading, we don't really want to see these regular easy moves like this to carry on for too long. At some point pretty soon, excuse me, we'd like to see this become more parabolic and not linear and take off. The moment it starts crumbling and turning down at the top here, and it's not a very strong move, and I guess there's not much volume there. If it starts crumbling and turning around, I expect we'll probably start moving back down towards the breakout point, which is a slightly angled trend line, and you might wonder where I got it from. So let's just go through the time frames. This is the 15-minute chart. Okay. Let's go to the hour chart. And you're starting to see a picture. Oops, I want to go to the 4-hour chart. So there's the breakout. The initial breakout is out of that bull flag, that big bull flag. The most beautiful technical pattern you'll ever see in your whole life. And so surprising to see it on Bitcoin. This is not what you'd expect. Big bull move, perfect. Technical, textbook bull flag, breakout through the top of the bull flag, and then through the top of the all-time high, which is where we took our trade. Notice that it's also the breakout through the underside of this trend line that we had fallen down through just very, very briefly. So almost perfect, a pretty good area, and that's where we are. Where are we going? I don't know. We've got nothing above us except for a few Fibonacci extensions, and those are up in the sort of 140s and 160s. But that's not our concern now. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart, because we're trying to grab some money before the day closes, and I try to do this most nights if there's a strong move going on in Bitcoin, which puts me at risk of being sleep deprived, I suppose. But you know, when Bitcoin starts moving, you've got to pounce on it. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, on Monday I'm starting a gig with Ola Prime TV. I'm hosting the morning show along with a co-host, and it's the first hour of every morning, 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern Time, and following that I'll run my own show here at ArcisFX. So I'll be doing the Ola Prime morning show, and then the ArcisFX morning show, I suppose. And I'm going to try and sort of make a schedule so it'll be like those 2 hours every day. That's what I'm thinking. Either that, or I'll do the Ola morning show, and then I'll release a video straight after that, something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it's kind of like one of these, edutainment TV show, trading shows. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'd invite you all, to encourage you. It's called Ola Prime TV, launching on Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. US. I'll be there. Yeah, it's a trading show. Yeah. So the segment that I'm doing is the morning opening show. So it's about what we're doing today, what the markets are doing, how we're going to approach it, how we're going to trade, what's moving, what's not, what the news is, what's been happening, what's anticipated later on in the day, what Trump's doing, all that sort of thing. And that's what it's all about. So that's just the morning segment. And then the show is, I think it runs 24/5, or at least 20 hours of the day. And the rest of the time, it's like literal day trading with Ola Prime, the prop firm. So there'd be traders who trade Forex, traders who trade stock markets, mainly Forex and stock markets, maybe a bit of gold and that sort of thing as well. Thank you, Narito, who says, I don't know what's better, the Bitcoin chart or my haircut. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I had it done. Actually, I was saying to the folks in our meeting today at Ola Prime TV, I said I had my hair cut for them, of course, because they're a little bit more formal, perhaps, than I am. One needs to make a good impression when one starts something at the outset, of course. So that was the reason. Okay, so Bitcoin's curling down a wee bit now. So remember, now this is obviously not the place to be buying if you're day trading Bitcoin. We're right at the top of this recent breakout move. We moved up to there, pulled back. I rebought a little bit there. That's our long position, one full Bitcoin and 0.1 at the 20-period moving average. And we're now moving up towards that high again, about 78.6% of the way. That's probably the 786 fib of that little move. You can even apply Fibonacci's to these tiny little intraday moves, which is always fascinating. I'm not betting on it, but I'm sort of am that it's got to the 786 Fibonacci. And lo and behold, that's exactly where it got. Top of the yellow block. We've got a couple of spikes out. We haven't closed above it. So if it's going to turn right now, this is a very good spot. The last chance Fibonacci, 78.6. And this should then pull that back down. And if my angles are roughly correct, as you can see they probably are, it's running a little late now, but that sort of angle, then this will move down in the next, I guess, hour or so. But if we break out through the 78.6%, we'll retest the top and then keep on moving higher. And the trade will just carry on and continue. But perhaps we can just get a little bit more at a cheaper price down here and grab that before the close of play. Yeah. Luca says, Lucas closes Bitcoin long just before the big move. Hard to look at the chart. Lucas, get back in, mate. Wait for the dip back down to the breakout point if you got out near the breakout level. No doubt you got out lower down, We're probably near where that order block and consolidation zone is. You probably got out somewhere around here, because look what had been going on for so long. This move's quite fascinating because look at what happened over here on the left-hand side. Almost identical. So that pulled back a fair bit. Let's see how many Fibonacci levels this pulled back. Yeah, so that pulled back to the 38% fib. And I guess this move here could pull back to the 38 as well. Let's get rid of this intermediate fib. Let's put a 38 from the bottom to the top. And, bugger, man, that's not what I wanted to do. So we'll put that fib in from the bottom to the top and see if that aligns with the top of that channel. And if it is, it adds even more. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so I know exactly what I want to do. So there's the top of the pink area is the 38% Fibonacci. It's also where the 50-period moving average is. At the moment, it's moving higher. Breakout level, everything like that. Look how it's curling down now from that 78.6. If you were an ultra-day scalper, you'd switch to the 1 or 3 minute charts right now. You'd probably be shorting this, aiming for the trend line back down here, another $1,000 down. So I'm quite an aggressive day trader, but not that aggressive.
Staring at them tickers, watching Crude supply. Got my charts already. Newsfeed by my
Sorry about the slurp.
It's a Wild West market in it for the ride.
So notice how the 20-period moving average that we're curling down onto right now coincides with the purple rising trend line that I've just drawn in. So that's the point of control right there, and it's also that previous swing low where I got into my last position. So that line across there where I actually entered is an important level. Right here. Let's just put a thin line in there. So that line there, as you can see. So when you're day trading, it's a lot of fun because you can fiddle around with your charts a lot more. When you're swing trading, there's not a lot to do most of the time. So this is, I think, why people enjoy it, because it's a lot more active and exciting. And you can focus all of your mind and energy onto one instrument and get to know it intimately. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people prefer to trade like that. But you do find if you occasionally hit a bad run on if you're trading just Bitcoin or just the euro against the dollar, if you've got a particular fixed type of system, which many traders do with strict, almost mechanical entry rules and exit rules, you'll find that you'll run into a problem at some point if you're trading like that with, let's say, the instrument that you're trading when it goes into a sideways, choppy type of market for days, weeks, or even months on end. So that's the danger of trading a single instrument, but there's all sorts of benefits too. Super focus, super understanding of that instrument, attention to minutiae and detail that you don't have time for or don't observe properly when you're swing trading, and precise entry and exit timing, which swing trading doesn't really require. We want to get in a zone. Here we want a level, a price. So now I could take that trade off actually at break even, because I can see it's going to try and break through there and just leave. I'm not going to take that one off. I do believe this is going up today. We've broken out. There's no reason to think we're going back down or going to break within there. But I could take some profit off. We'll have to see. I could mitigate risk by taking that one off now. Well, it's slightly above break even. But let's see, we've got 5-minute candles here, which is also fun because you have 5 minutes of boredom maybe, but then you've got another 5 minutes of potential fun. Thank you, Daniel, very much for your joining as a ArcisFX supporter. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome to the clan. MD, I'm not going to talk about ETH today. I'm just focusing on Bitcoin. Hi there, Louisa from Bucharest. Nice to see you. Quite a few folks in here. I didn't expect anyone to come along. I just put it up public just because there was a chance to do so. Dan, would I be profitable if I traded the 1 minute time frame? I'm sure it's possible. I know a few people, that's what they do. Edgar says that's him with natural gas. Doesn't do anything else. All right, so still holding the 20 and that trend line. We've also got a swing low just below here at 113 round. So that'll be an important number too. So maybe one of these intermediate supports will hold. So we really want, if we want, ideally this will keep going without having to come back to the breakout level. So we've got this support that we're at right now. This is a pretty important one in the very short term because it's a 20-period moving average and it's the trend line. But we may have to get down to the 38% retracement. Or this previous swing low, if we're going perhaps sideways in a range, the other sort of pattern that one could anticipate is a sideways range in this top green block, remaining above that trend line and forming a bull flag and eventually breaking out through the top of the green part after a period of time has passed, flopping around in the green block. The whole thing looks quite beautiful, including the breakout and the previous bull flag on the longer term charts, on the day chart and the weekly charts. I've never seen Bitcoin trade as beautifully. And it leads me to think that as the FOMO and the YOLO traders get, slowly squeezed out by the sort of big corporations, Bitcoin treasuries, ETF makers, BlackRock, etc., as we start getting more structure and more algorithm intervention in Bitcoin charts and trades and market moves, and as more volume comes in and there's less liquidity vacuum between big gaps, and as there's more and more adoption and just larger growth in volume, and all of that is going on at the same time, that these will start to trade like proper charts. And I've already seen evidence over the last year or 6 months, to refine it down to a shorter period, of that sort of thing happening. So it's really interesting. I've never seen Bitcoin trade like this before. I've never expected it. I still don't expect it. I'm still slightly gobsmacked. It's pretty interesting. I mean, everything about it, we're bouncing off trend lines. We're adhering to moving averages. We're trading breakout patterns. It's just, look at that on the day chart. You've never seen anything as beautiful as that. And I think that's what got a lot of people sort of blindsided. So an awful lot of people have been short during this bear bull flag pattern, rather. Reading it as a bear curl down, a lot of people have been short. But it's clearly a bull flag. And I think just because it was so obvious and so neat, and people don't expect that sort of thing from Bitcoin, that it caught everyone on, wrong-sided. And a lot of people just have been left behind by this move up. I've got positions from 74s and in the hundreds, just below, just about average around 100. Most of my Bitcoin is in those two blocks. And today, we're just scalping on the 5-minute chart to stack those sats and add some more to the wallet. So what we want is a bounce off where we are. We've just broken down. Next 5-minute candle is approached and rolled over. We're now below the moving average, below the trend line. And so I'm expecting a retest of this next level at 113 round. Remember I said if you were an ultra scalper, you might have considered selling at about 113,600, and you would already be a couple of hundred dollars in profit on that if you're trading one Bitcoin, as I am. And as I said, you will see at the beginning of this video, and perhaps at the end as well, I'm hoping at the end when I take profit on these trades, I'll show you my actual MT5 rather, live trading station with the trades that I'm showing you right now. They'll be shown on there. You can have a look at the timestamps. You can verify that it's a live account. You can verify that it was one Bitcoin, and you can see the result. 1.1 Bitcoin, because I added another 0.1 over there. Yeah, so Daniel, thanks for joining, mate. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining up as a supporter. Dan says, my bread and butter is NASDAQ, nothing else. Yeah, I mean, you know, no problem with that. Why not? And MD says, can we expect a deep pullback for better entry on 4-hour on Bitcoin? And then your comment is that the 75, the RSI is at 75. Don't worry about the RSI, MD. RSI is not going to give you a lot of guidance here.
Light up, candles flicker, heartbeats rapid. Natural gas moving, profit grabbing, ain't average. Morning bells chime, I'm in my zone, digits spasming. Rules and bands clashing, my mind's a mathematic. Algorithms in my brain, numbers dance, decisions frame. Fingers play a symphony, it's art more than game. Anxious like a soldier, market battleground terrain. Win some, lose some, still grinding, ain't ashamed. Gas king shit, fortunes on a pivot. Hustle in the pits, every day we live it. Riding that pipeline, highs and lows giving. Volatile tango, profits unforgiven. Late night stress bites, dreams big, full of sights. Graphs tell a story, dollars on the heights. Boom, bust, repeat, endless fucking fights. Stay high, make five, every day ignite. Gut has a hunch, hands that bet, never front. Pockets boom, then they bust. Game so blunt, navigate the madness, loss is still a punt. Market God's whim, gas life's a hunt. Gas king shit, fortunes on a pivot. Hustle in the pits, every day we live it. Riding that pipeline, highs and lows giving. Volatile tango, profits unforgiven. Gas king shit, fortunes on a pivot. Hustle in the pits, every day we live it. Riding that pipeline, highs and lows giving. Volatile tango, profits unforgiven. Late night stress bites, dreams big, fuel of sight. Raps tell a story, dollars on the height. Boom, bust, repeat, endless fucking fight. Stay high, make five, every day ignite.
Thanks, MD. Thanks for joining, mate. Welcome to the club. So I will show my trades on this video. I can't run the trade station at the same time. I will show all my trades when I can. I've already recorded the trade positions, everything on a live thing, and it's recorded on the video. I don't have enough RAM on this computer, unfortunately. MT4 and this trading platform and the streaming platform just suck up all the resources.
Stocks rising, markets parabolic. Bag me some cheddar, ain't no alcoholic. Charts looking sweet like a Dodge pie. Strategies tight, man, I'm one fly guy. Fingers on fire.
Abdullah, the EMA red one is the 50 period moving average. Simple. I have no opinion on nat gas right now, June. I'm going to have a look again tomorrow. I'm kind of totally betwixt and between. I see the bullish case and I see the bearish case. Garçon, what do I think about range charts? I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Explain. MD, you're short Bitcoin with 110K. Short? Jeez, I'd suggest you get out, MD. Yeah. Or hedge it. I think we'll probably come back down to 110. I'm 33% hedged already on Bitcoin. On my long-term swing trade positions. So I've already hedged a bit, but I'm 66.6% long. Dan, prop firms I think are an excellent way for traders with insufficient capital and or experience to learn how to trade for an inexpensive entrance fee. If you do it repeatedly and don't learn from how you do it and go about it, or if you choose the wrong prop firm, and many of them will screw you over and deliberately make sure you don't succeed. But if you manage to get through all of that and learn from it, you've got yourself a cheap lesson. But probably a better way, I would suggest, is learn to trade with real money, your own money, and join a trading group like mine, where you can learn to trade properly without hit and miss trading on a prop firm platform, where most probably, according to statistics anyway, and there's no reason to think that any of us will be better than statistics, most probably you'll go through about 5 or 6 or 10 or 15 prop trading account payment processor fees, whatever it costs you, in order to maybe, if you're lucky, probably not, again statistically, but if you are lucky enough to have succeeded, you probably will have spent a good few $1,000s in the process. So, yeah, there are pros and cons. It's like putting money into a slot machine. You know, at first it's only a little bit. You know, it's $10, then it's $20, then it's $30, and before you know it, you've spent $1,000 on the slot machine with no return. It's a bit like that with prop firm. It's a bit of a, you know, I'll put some money in, take a gamble, see if it works, try again, keep on trying. If that's your bag, then why not? If you enjoy that sort of thing, some people do. Edgar, you're welcome to talk about natural gas, of course. Yeah, tell us your opinion. I'll read it out. We'll talk about it. No worries. I might only get to it at the end of the session, though. We're going to focus on Bitcoin here. The Nat Gas course, Midlife Crisis, is my own natural gas trading course. It's called the Widowmaker, and it teaches you how to trade natural gas the way I trade it. And I would say natural gas is, I mean, I have good, you know, I trade a lot of instruments, a lot. And out of all of them, I'd say natural gas is one of my top 5 in terms of profitability. I understand that market, and I trade it a lot. So, and I know how to do it. And I've been trading for a long time. So I just teach you everything I know about natural gas, how to manage risk, how to get in and out of trades, what to look for, what to trade with, what platforms to use, what charts to look at, what to put on your charts, all that sort of thing. Right, let's get back to Bitcoin. So we're forming a bit of a triangle now. If we hold there, I'll draw the triangle in. You know, at least there are things to do when you're day trading. And this is what makes most people want to day trade, because it's active. But it's also difficult. And what we want is to draw a triangle here. It's a very long, skinny triangle. And let's leave it like that. So if this does stay within the triangle and break out the top, that would be a bull pennant, classic bull pennant. And considering that Bitcoin has actually already been doing all these beautifully technical patterns, I'm not counting on this at all, but maybe this bull pennant will actually turn out to be a bull pennant. That would be remarkable, and I would be absolutely gobsmacked once again. So I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting it to break down through the bottom.
Early morning, up at dawn, charts and numbers, mind is drawn. Need a break, but I keep on. Trading blues, my money's gone. Market's wild, it's a beast. Gotta sell and buy the least. Price will drop within the hour. Risk and gamble, losing power. Trading blues, oh trading blues. Trying hard but always lose. Got the trading blues today. Hoping luck comes my way. Eyes are tired from the screen. Graphs and trends I've always seen. Bank account looking lean. In the red, can't stay serene. Market high.
Yeah, George, range bar charts. Yeah, I started trading with range bar charts. Nothing wrong with them. We can put them up on here if you want. It's very old-fashioned. And once you get to start trading candlesticks, it's difficult to go back. And I've got to change the color, otherwise you can't see them, but there it is. Yeah, I like them. They show you everything that a candle shows you, and if you read them properly and you get used to them, there's very little difference. But I like my black and white candles. It's more emotive, I think. Kind of gives me a feel for what the market's busy with. Will we hold this pennant? That would be unbelievable. Edgar, I'm going to read out what you said. Natural gas has not much room down to go down. If it goes down 5% from this point, I'd reload with 1 or 2 full positions. Currently, I'm in with half a position and just closed 1. Okay, well done, Edgar. Then we'll wait till see if we can get to $5 by November. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I think we'll hold the $3 level, although everything seems to point to the fact that we could break it. And not only a potential head and shoulders pattern, now we have a potential bear flag as well. So it's very precarious, and don't get too bullish, is my warning to you. We're still below that trend line. We're still below that order block. We did bounce off there, off this order block below, but we're trapped in between the slot. We've got the 200 above us, the channel above us, potential, bear flag. So I wouldn't get too bullish about this at all. Here's the Bitcoin song. Folks, if you enjoy this sort of thing, I'd love you to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. This is an impromptu stream. I didn't announce it. It's just really for my members, but I put it live on public. I do more formal videos. This is just a bit of fun, really. I trade and scalp Bitcoin at night sometimes, and I thought I'd just stream it. But if you enjoyed my other videos and if you want to learn more about what we do, just subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. Press the notification bell too. So the pennant may well hold. Can you believe it? I don't know any of you guys how long you've been trading Bitcoin or crypto. Be interested to see what your comments are. Whether any of you have ever seen Bitcoin behave so beautifully, so obediently. So technically. And if it adheres to this pennant, it would be more than remarkable. Yeah, I suppose all the other altcoins will pump. You can see it already. There goes XRP. So I'm long on XRP as well, and Ethereum. You can see my entry points. I'm about to add some more XRP above 2.5, 2.5. Still long on copper, gold, Nasdaq, MSTR, Tesla. Massive move on Tesla again today. Abandoned baby chart pattern holding beautifully above the 100 period moving average. We got long there, we got long there. We're having a great time, having a really good run. It's not always like this. There we go. Holding. Trying to get through the 20 now. MD, I saw you got told off by the Nightbot for spamming all of those 3-letter coins. All right, here we go. Getting up through the 20. Mm-hmm. Naruto, honestly, you've got a $10,000 account and you're asking that question, I would suggest don't trade anything. I don't mean to be harsh, mate, but it shows that you really should get some training first. But you can use 1% or 2% as a rule if you want to. That's a rule of thumb. It's not a good one, but it's a start. There is no resistance, MD. MSTR to the moon. I've got positions on MSTR, Tesla, and Bitcoin. Those are my main plays. A couple of other things as well, obviously, but I'm talking in that sort of niche, in the tech, crypto, AI niche. Tesla, MSTR, Bitcoin. Oh, and I'm going to try and buy ARK and the quantum AI stock. Let me show you that. So we're long on MSTR. No, I mean, that's, we got in at 360, we're at 420 now. We got in long at Tesla, the last tranche at 290, we're at 309. But what we didn't get into, and I wanted to, after getting out, was ARK. We got out on the breakout. And I got out at the Bollinger Band. And like everything else, I was waiting for the breakout pullback back down to the channel. Hasn't happened. Might happen in the future. I want that one on ARK. Nvidia's left me behind, and the other one is QBTS. That's my plan right there in front of you on the screen. If you get that, you'll know that I've been buying QBTS sometime around the end of the month, maybe. Okay, we're above the 20 now. Thanks, JG. Yeah, it's for my TV show next week. So I thought I'd better spruce up a wee bit. Yeah, I'm not 29, JG. I'm almost 60. 59 to be precise. Almost 60. Looking forward to it. All right, a bit of a shooting star there on the 5. Don't worry about it too much. It's only a 5-minute chart. I want to see if I can get my trade station up here. No, I don't think it's going to work. Although I could do it on here. I think I can swing my camera around. Let's see how this looks. Does that work? So that shows my current positions, which I explained to you earlier, and the orders that I've got stacked up. not the best way to show you. I've done this at 5-to-1 leverage. I take the money out. I have $20,000 in there. Take out the money, leave the 20, and trade it again. So it's a scalping trading account, i.e. You can see it's at Black Bull Markets. Don't know what else to show you to prove its authenticity, and I don't think I need to. Right, now that was quite a mission. Are we back? We appear to be. Oh yeah, did you see Jinx? Oh, where was Jinx? Wow. Yeah, Jinx is in here somewhere. She must have leapt off. I didn't even notice. TC, yeah, I have Bollinger Bands on normally, and stochastic. That's a 1473 stochastic, but in this case I'm long only. When I trade Bitcoin, when I scalp it like this, it's long only most of the time. So I'm not looking for like rejections of the top Bollinger Band, and you know, the support levels are pretty clear. In fact, you don't even need any indicators on these charts. They're so pure and so perfect. They're moving so beautifully, as you can see. So we're now above the 20-period moving average again on this 5-minute chart on Bitcoin. And I just showed you my positions, so there you go. So it's a $20,000 account, and at the end of this play today, I'll take off whatever profit. I'm hoping a couple of thousand if I can get it. It's leveraged at 5-to-1, but it's purposefully done that way because it's not my full account. It's the amount that I want in the broker. So let's say I've got 100,000 that I want to trade with. I'll put 20,000 in the broker and leave 80,000 in my Bitcoin wallet and trade the 20 as if it were 100. So I'm trading the whole amount really, but some of it's in a safe wallet. I'm trading it all. So when I'm trading 20,000 at 5-to-1 leverage, if I have 100,000, then I'm trading at 1-to-1 leverage, for example. Those are not the exact amounts that I've got, but you can see this is 20,000. So, and I keep it at that level. So, MD, I don't know how far Bitcoin can go. I'm thinking, you know, the next fib extension's at 140, then there's one at 160 something. Some people are saying 200, some people are saying a million. I don't believe any of it. It'll stop when it stops. It'll start breaking trend lines. It'll start showing divergence. It'll start just, you know, flopping around and looking weak, and then we'll get out. Yeah, I'd believe you, Edgar. I use fibs an awful lot. Absolutely. Thanks, JG. Yeah, I hope that you realize I'm, you know, the real deal. I mean, why wouldn't I be? I mean, I know there are a lot of scammers out there, but surely not everyone is. I mean, you know, we're here to trade. That's what we do. What would be the point of doing all of this if I wasn't successful or making money at trading? It would be pointless. I don't know why people would want to trade if they keep on losing money when they're doing it. And why would you lose money at trading and keep on doing it and then pretend to know how to do it and tell other people how to do it at the same time? It doesn't make any sense. But I know that people do it. 115 today. No, I don't think so, but you never know. Possibly, yeah, why not? I mean, we've got blue sky above us, above that green block there, that green line at the top there. Above that line, there is blue sky. This is my version of the Whipsaw song coming up, folks. But there's a better one. I'll play it later. Okay, so we're moving up now. As we see, we're moving within this, miraculously and remarkably, within this pennant. And Bitcoin is giving all of us a lesson in technical trading this 6-month period. If you want to learn how to trade technical patterns, I'm not talking about moving averages and indicators and candles or anything like that. I'm talking about just chart patterns, triangles, retracements, channels, trend lines, horizontal levels. If you want a lesson in that, and then also things like bull flags, bear flags, etc. And we've got a pennant right in front of us right now. So a bull pennant, which is different to a bull flag or a bull rectangle. So we've got it all. Absolutely fantastic. We've got a long consolidation period forming a spike down below the order block. I actually got long there as well. That was a number of hours ago now, quite a long time ago. But there we have a flat consolidation, flat bottom breakdown, fake breakdown. Look what happened at that moment. All sorts of thrashing around, and then this one up, one down reversal on the 5-minute in the order block, and we start going up. And then we break up through there. We get the chance to get long again. That was a small position. This is a much bigger one, obviously, with the breakout. And now we're forming the breakout. We didn't get the pullback, but we got the bull pennant instead. And if that holds, that will be absolutely beautiful. Pull the trigger. Let's see what's going on. What do we do with the hot news flash, babe? What do we do with the hot news flash? We stash that flash right in the trash. I had a go at shorting the S&P a couple of days ago. We got out of that one. But I still like it. Watching it very, very closely. The underside of this rising trend line. But there's a problem. We've got the top Bollinger Band and the next Fibonacci above us there. And if we break out through this trend line, looks like it's trying to, we've got to get up to there. 6,500. That's the S&P. I'm fully hedged on that. No position, really. Hedged on top of each other. Come on, Bitcoin. What are the alts doing? XRP going gangbusters. I don't know if you folks saw this copper trade. Another fantastic trade that we've had. Unbelievable again. Bit lucky with Trump's tariffs on copper. But we got long again, once again, on the breakout pullback. So let me just show you that. I can't emphasize how good this sort of trading setup is. And there we go. There's the breakout, pullback, and long. That's copper. Breakout, back to the pullback area, to the penny. We got long again. Still long. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Yeah, Daniel. I've been a late adopter to Bitcoin too. I started buying Bitcoin when it was $20,000. I had a fairly big position, and then dipped down to 16. It got back to 20, 21, 22, and I really wasn't convinced about Bitcoin at all. And I thought, let's get out, and I took a small profit. I think about 10%. Well, then it moved up to 60 almost immediately straight after that. And I've done a lot of more work and research and thinking about it and study and consolidation of my mind around this thing, which is difficult to understand for most people. That's what I think is preventing the price from going up more rapidly. It's still very complicated for the average person. I'm not going to look at Dogecoin, K. They're meaningless to me, I'm afraid. I'm sure it would be interesting, but I have no interest in Fartcoin, Dogecoin, Trump coin, any of them. Yeah, Danny. Daniel. Shouldn't call you Danny, eh?
Yeah, that's a fake out, baby. But I caught it on the wick. Check, whack, whack. She's trading them coins at 3:30. I'm scalping breakouts off BTC. She's got hype, I got my edge.
Yeah, JG. A Taco Trump song. Here's Jinx Edgar. Still alive. Jinx is about 18, I think. Something like that. Maybe 19. Yeah, sure, Ignat. Yeah, so, you know, an overbought RSI or stochastic or MACD or any other oscillator indicates that the market has moved fast and furiously towards, you know, up or down, whichever overbought or oversold. And it often indicates that momentum has been created. We'll get a pullback, maybe, normally. The indicator might indicate that you will get a small pullback, but sometimes you don't, and the market can be overbought for a very long time or oversold for a very long time. So actually there was some work done quite recently, where's Jinx gone? There she is. Some quant types, and discovered that if you actually bought when the RSI or the, I can't remember the details of the study, but if you did the opposite thing to the traditional approach, you'd end up making more money, or at least losing less maybe. So I don't really use indicators like that, except for indicating divergence on occasion. But generally you can see divergence without putting a stochastic or an RSI on anyway. If you looked at charts for more than 10 minutes, you can see when the price has slowed down. You know, we're moving up fast and then we're moving up slower, and you'll get divergence. The stochastic will keep going up, but the price will slow down. Make lower highs, maybe lower lows. All right, so we're hovering towards the top of this pennant now. Yeah, so we're hovering near the top of the pennant, and we haven't got down towards the bottom again, and we're holding above the 20 and the 50. It's only a 5-minute chart, so these are not incredibly meaningful things, but they indicate a propensity for this market to move up towards the top rather than break down through the bottom. This is a great song. Well, it's the Whipsaw song, but a great version. Yeah, Daniel, do I trust the post-market hour movements? No, not really. I mean, the markets are thin after hours, particularly in the Asian session, so there's not a lot going on, and you'll get a lot of meaningless moves, a lot of noise, lack of signal, lots of noise. QDTV, I'm long on Bitcoin, as you can see on the chart. Yeah, is that Naruto? My screen's very dim for some reason. Oh, there we go. Naruto. Trend lines are underestimated. They're very old-fashioned. The original indicator, which one used to draw by hand. Even I used to draw them by hand once upon a time. And they've been around forever, just like candlesticks, and they work better than anything. Simple moving averages, trend lines, candlesticks. That's all you need. Let me repeat that. Simple moving averages, trend lines, and candlesticks. Anything else on your chart is just clutter. I think we're going to break through the top of this pattern soon. We're squeezing up into the top between that and the 20-period moving average below the green line. And the 50 is coming up fast too. All right, come on, let's go. No, I don't care.
What do we do when a drawdown comes, honey? What do we do when it gets real big, babe? What do we do when it's even bigger? We stick to the plan and pull the trigger. What do we do with the hot news flash, honey? What do we do with the hot news flash, babe? What do we do with the hot news flash? We stash that flash right in the trash.
Favorite singer? I don't know. I hope this is not the Whipsaw song again. I did make a lot of versions. Oh, okay. I think Bob Marley, MD. I mean, there are lots. I mean, I just sucked that right out. Thanks for subscribing. New subscriber, I didn't catch your name, but thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So we're still holding the 20 and the 50. I've drawn two new paths in here now. And the green path is what I'm hoping will happen, a breakout through the top. But actually, I wouldn't mind a dip back down here to pick up some more Bitcoin. And I'll add another 0.1 like I did there on a dip down to this level here, the breakout level. Probably further down actually. Hi, Classic. Welcome. Yeah, I was born in England, but I don't live there now. I live in South Africa. I've been trading for about 28 years, maybe approaching 29. Yeah, before the new millennium, believe it or not. Yeah, that long ago. In the 90s. Ah, that's scary, man. Dial-up internet, hand-drawn charts. One broker offering, actually there were two Forex brokers worldwide, two. Oh, fantastic. In London too. Yeah, so I've got a lot of family in England still. Well, all my family, including one of my sons, my son lives actually in London. Almost as old as you. Yeah, hence classic 350, right? A big 350 V8 or V6 under the hood from the 90s or the 80s. There's old cars, maybe even the 70s. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. So I think we may have just have died off in volume now, and we may have to take some profits as this day is slowly meandering towards a close. We've been here for 2 hours since I took this trade. And so, is it 2 hours? Actually, a bit longer. That's 5 hours. You can see how this could be mistaken by a novice trader as a topping formation. Like a rounded top, low, high. Not a lower low on this occasion, but a low and a lower high. The expectation is for this to move down. Maybe it will, but maybe not spotting that it's actually a symmetrical pennant. Not quite symmetrical, but, well, the way I've drawn it, I suppose, I could make it more symmetrical, for sure. The trick is just to make this longer. Yeah, so pretty symmetrical. Oh, yeah. So my son is probably your age. He's 35. You're 36. Royal Enfield Classic 350. Lovely. I'm a motorbike guy, but I love a Royal Enfield, of course. I've never had one, but I've owned KTM's and BMW's dirt bikes, big dirt bikes. I don't ride bikes much anymore. Yeah, proper OG. Not a barrow boy from London who ended up trading in the East End, but something like that. Classic, come and join our private group, mate. It's cheap, and loads of people in there, and some people from London even. One of them might even be in this group with us right here as we're talking. Let's zoom in.
Want the funk version next, or some like ska, trap, or outlaw country?
Let's get right into this corner here. No. Classic, there's a link below the video. Actually, the first thing you can do is grab hold of the Trader Survival Kit. It's under the video, there's a link, it's free. And in there's some videos on hedging, how to manage risk, my G7 trading system, which I designed in about 25 years ago. And a couple other videos and webinar stuff. I can't remember exactly what's in the pack. And then also my trading song list, which you're listening to right now, is included in that. And also you get a discount for join any of my private group stuff. And I have 2 trading courses, one on natural gas, one on swing trading. And if you join that, it's free, not the courses, but joining the Trader Survival Kit, and you can get a discount on all of that stuff, including the private group. So that's the best place to start. And you'll be sent all the info if you do that. Timo, we're not talking about ETH today, we're trading Bitcoin here. I'm long on ETH, long on XRP, long on Bitcoin. Yeah, they're made in India now. Okay, we're trying to get through here. Yeah, classic. You're going to lose more of your money, mate, honestly. Just come and join our private group and learn how to trade. It sounds like you're already in a pickle. Yeah, Daniel, the webinar you can grab hold of, just email me. I think the instructions are in the last live stream. Classic, yes, I have it. I don't use Telegram, it's full of scammers. I use Slack, which is more secure. And I post all of my trades live. We have an interactive live trading room where I post all my trades, all my charts, entries, exit, results, everything. Yeah, so you can get into there for, I think it's 20, 30% discount, something like that. Just sign up below at the, get hold of the Traders Toolkit for free, and then you'll get all the info from there. Yeah, I wouldn't try currency trading either. Hello, Shazad. I'm going to try and interpret that in Arabic, but my Kerdan Katadi Bu. Kerdan Katani Bu. Maybe that means something rude, or maybe it means you're a great guy, James. I don't know what it means. Right, we've broken out through the top of this pattern now. Let's turn the volume down. All right, so we have a breakout. We're now probably going to have to retest, possibly, the bottom of this pennant. Once again, I'm amazed that this pennant is even here. But if we do test the bottom of the pennant and bounce off there, that'll be the perfect entry, which is actually precisely the price that my last entry was at. So I won't be adding any additional trades because it's exactly where I got long, slightly above, in fact. So a dip down to 113,430, if it happens, which is where I got in my second tranche, 0.1 Bitcoin. And I have one full Bitcoin long from here at the top of this green channel. And I'll show you what that channel line, where it originates. And it's just that rising, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Just that rising upside, sort of over under trend line. Was support, became resistance, now it's support again. So, and then we've got another little trend line just beneath us over there. Let's go back to a shorter term time frame. That one there, the little black line. So there's the breakout point. There's that short term trend line. And we could drop down there. And on the 5-minute chart, it's the same sort of thing. But can we just get a bounce off here or not? I don't know. Possibly. Or are we just going to carry on moving up? I think if we could get to 115 tonight, I'm long at 112,500. I won't add any more on, so that'll give me $2,600 or so, which is okay. It's taken a long time though. We broke out and then just went sideways into this pennant. Alt's still moving up, gold's still moving up, back into its apex. Trying to bust up through there again. Gold's also got a bull flag, by the way. So there's the trend line, there's the breakout of that trend line, bull flag, dipped a little bit too far, although I could redraw this trend line coming up from underneath, which is not all that accurate. Let's do that. So we're long on gold and long on copper, long on ETH, long on XRP, and long on Bitcoin. Fantastic. Classic, thank you so much. Did you sign up for the Traders Toolkit? That's the best place to start, and that's free. But don't waste time. Join the private group as well. I'll see you in there later, maybe today. And maybe if you make some money in your trades once you've joined, you can buy me a Royal Enfield, ship it over here to South Africa. Can't buy them here. All right, so we're waiting for a test at the bottom of this pennant, the 20 period and the 50 period moving averages. If that fails, then expect to move back down to where we started, really.
Skeg safe, hedge hard, and don't be swayed.
Great.
Trade what you see, not what you feel. Let it build, let it breathe, don't chase the deal. No chase, no guess. Wait for structure, nothing less. Plan the trade, trade the plan. Execute like a laser scan. Bedroom 1, 2, don't chase, plan everything.
We also have a long position in the Australian dollar against the US dollar.
Entry clean, no emotions in my machine. Stop, open, stop the bleed. I hedge the risk.
This is a super interesting trade. If those of you have been following this trade, and I'm sure there may be some. If you remember my first entry over here, this is where my arrow is, 23rd of May. And we're now at the 10th of July. I've been long since then. But I did point out that we have to finish this pattern off and make it symmetrical. And I had this green arrow, I don't know if you can see it, where my mouse cursor is, just hovering over it right now. I drew that green arrow in when I entered that initial trade at the bottom of this block, breaking out through the trend line on the dip, got in along there. And at the same time, I drew that green arrow saying that we may have to, not necessarily, but we may have to complete this pattern to make it more symmetrical. We've got there now. And I even had a date on it, in fact, which was, I think, tomorrow. Could it be? Today or tomorrow. But this forms an inverse head and shoulders pattern with a very unique pattern formation, and a squiggly bracket, if you know what I mean. The type that you put in. People used to use squiggly brackets, not anymore so much, but the squiggly bracket, but lying upside down. And I said, when we get to the end of that pattern, it's not really a pattern per se, but we like symmetry. The markets like symmetry. Humans like symmetry. And looks like we might actually take off right at the right point. Notice how we're getting a Bollinger Band squeeze at the same time. Top Bollinger Band moving down, bottom Bollinger Band moving up. Pincer formation, and that means a breakout is likely. And we know which way that's most likely to happen because of the way the chart looks. So this is a really good trading opportunity. And that's the only major that and we're long on the pound as well. Forgot about that. We got back into the pound today, or yesterday. Was it today? It was today. So we got in at the pound just below where we're currently, just above where we're currently trading. Lots of spike down, low reversals there. And I continue to think that the dollar is on a path downwards against the majors still. And a weaker dollar means stronger Bitcoin. Stronger gold, stronger everything basically, including natural gas and oil. But oil has some additional headwinds against it. Natural gas, maybe not. Okay, still holding the 20. As I said, we'd probably bounce off the 20 or the 50. Didn't quite get there, but close. Nishant, I don't trade Cardano, mate. Don't trade that stuff. I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and I even do XRP and Ethereum reluctantly. But considering that they've made me some money, I'll continue to do so. But I'm not holding any of those in my wallet, that's for sure. Bitcoin getting ready to break out, folks. Next leg up. Now we have a target. That's why we like these breakout patterns. Because now we can set a target. There we go. 116,300. Let's make that one thick. Yeah. All right, so we've got a target for this move, guys. Bull run, pennant, bull run, equal to the original bull run before the pennant. We've even got a fractal to go with it to give us a path. I've just taken a copy of what happened before this and I've duplicated it to give us an idea of what could happen. All right. And it looks pretty accurate to me. Yeah, so I'm afraid that we're getting all the hype on crypto right now. And when your friend in the gym starts talking to you about XRP, when the movie houses and fast food chains start accepting XRP and Bitcoin, and not only that, but the Bitcoin service providers like Coinbase, Kraken, Luno, etc., and a whole bunch of others are offering to do direct payments through their systems, through Bitcoin or XRP, and I think what that means is that we're entering the hype phase, and we're going to see a parabolic move if we do. And then it'll be that for now. And we could see quite a big correction in all the Bitcoin, in all the crypto. Yeah, maybe today. Who knows? Maybe. This trades on and on, doesn't it? I mean, we can just keep going. We're not at the weekend. We don't have to worry about CME gaps. So we can keep moving all night long. There will be no gaps on the CME chart. So we can just keep this going. If we break out and follow this path, there'll be no reason to get out of the trade either, because it'll just keep us in. We'll just slap a 20-period moving average on there, which we've already got. the thin green line down here, and we'll use that as a trailing stop or a trend line or something like that. So that's my plan. Can we get going? I think we could. Up to you, Classic. I would probably say probably not. No, we're dipping down. There's always a chance for a dip down to this line, as I've drawn this red arrow in here, this red line. If you're going to go, wait for the breakout. Wait for the breakout. Ah. If you're going to go, wait for the breakout. Okay, not now. Although this might be a good area to buy if you're already long, at the bottom of the triangle right now, as we're looking at it, the bottom of the pennant. If you really feel like it, if you really want to, why don't you get in with the tiniest little trade that you can possibly do and see how it works out for you? Folks, don't ask me about your trade positions. I don't know anything about your book, your order book, your risk levels, your amount of money, your expenses, your life, anything about you, or your trading ability, or what positions you already have on. So please don't ask me whether you should or should not take a trade or not. I don't know, have no clue. I'm not a financial advisor either. So in your country, if I do give you advice, it may be illegal. I've already shared my P&L, Vishal, about $1,000. I've already showed it on the screen, and you'll see it when you rewatch the video. And by the way, my P&L is not of any consequence of yours. Whether I've made $1 or 1,000 or 1,000,000, it's what is it to you? Why would you want to know how much money I do or don't make or have or haven't got? GVix, if you want this song playing right now, there's a link below this video that says Trader's Survival Kit. All I ask is for your email, you sign up, and you'll get sent a whole bunch of stuff, including some videos, some books, ebooks that I wrote myself 20 years ago, trading systems that I use myself still, and you'll get this entire song list, which I made myself as well, on AI. So just sign up below, there's a link below, Trader's Survival Kit, it's free. No, I'm not shorting at all. Long only, MD. All my Bitcoin trade scalps are long only. Folks, this is real life trading. Those numbers on your screen, I do have 1 Bitcoin real money on this trade and another 0.1 Bitcoin real money on this trade. And I've shown you the live trading screen. I showed it at the beginning of the video. I showed it a few minutes ago. I can't constantly run it because of the resources, the drainage on this little MacBook Air that I'm trading off right now. So I cannot run the trading platform simultaneously, but I have shown it, and really nothing's changed since I last showed you. As you can see, we've been moving sideways across the page. P&L is about $1,000. We're moving up a bit now, but if and when we get to some sort of higher level or lower level, I'll show you the P&L again. I have to take the camera off where it is currently situated and point it at my Mac iPad to show you the P&L, but I will do that. Vishal, I've got one behind me over there. That's just a TV. Actually, I've discovered that TVs are much cheaper and much better than monitors. If you're ever out shopping for a screen for your computer, don't bother. It's a waste of money, complete waste of money. Use a proper QLED TV, which are like 1/10 of the price. Oh, and so I've got that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on my desk, five screens here, but they're not all trading screens because I also run a studio here. So as you can see, I'm building up a studio, and I've also got I'm starting this TV thing on Monday. So so I have computers for other things, and also I have a news feed running over there. I have my X stack over there, kind of X Pro, X stack with all the X feeds over there, so I can see news live as it comes along from X. That's the best place for news, by the way. Run the X stack. You've got to have X Pro for it, but you can run several X feeds on one page, and they update automatically. And you can run all the major news feeds or whatever guru you want to follow, and then also the economic news and any other news that's going on. And I have a TV running sometimes as well, where I watch a trading show, Trader TV Live, day trading the markets in Canada, just for background noise, really. And sometimes, of course, if there's news that's important, I'll play the news on mostly on my iPad, but I'll play like Sky News, Fox, CNN, whatever, Al Jazeera sometimes, and then various other news channels that I pay for. And then I've got Bloomberg, SNBC, Washington Post, all of that sort of stuff that I pay for, which I occasionally watch as well. So I've got a full sort of stuff of a full newsroom here, I suppose, which keeps me abreast of what's going on in the world, because things change rapidly, and particularly recently. So we need to know what's happening and what is going on at Truth Social as well, which I don't follow, but I follow the Truth Social retweets on X. So couldn't give me the Whipsaw song repeats here. This is a good song. Groove the move. As I'm not going to advise anyone to buy or sell anything, so please don't ask me. I'm not able to advise you. It may be illegal in your country for me to advise you, as I'm not a financial advisor. And also, I don't know your situation. I don't know your finances. I don't know what trades you've got. I don't know how many trades you've got on. I don't know what leverage you're planning to use. I don't know how experienced you are. I don't know how you'll manage the trade. I don't know if you know anything about trading Bitcoin. So how could I possibly give you any advice? You've lost $1,000, £1,000 in a few days following scalpers on Telegram. Yeah, just stop doing it, all right? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what you should be trading. I don't even tell my private group members. I tell them what I'm trading, and it's up to them to decide what they want to do. And I tell them exactly what I'm trading. I tell them the size I'm trading, the positions I'm taking, when I'm getting in, when I'm getting out, when I'm hedging, my order book, the current trades that I've got on, trades that I'm planning, my view of the market this week, next month, this year, I post all the news articles that I gleaned from Bloomberg and all the pay channels, the paywalls that I get. It all goes up in my private group. Yeah, it's the best place to be, I think. But I still don't tell them what trades they should take themselves, and they'll attest to that. Some of them are here. But I tell them what I'm doing, and that's all that matters to me, and that should be all that matters to you. And more important is what you're doing. And the traders in my private group don't all do what I'm doing. They have their own approach to the markets, and they have their own ideas, as they should do. And they form their own opinions, and they have their own strategies, as they should have. And that's what you should have too. So, that's what we do in there. But I don't tell them what to do. Why would I tell anyone what trades to take? Well, I'm glad you're in profit for once, Classic. My view on Bitcoin is on the screen right now, right in front of you. I'm long from those levels. I do apologize if I'm coming across a little bit terse. I don't mean to, but it is late here. It's approaching midnight. Well, it's 10 past 11. And I'm doing this because I thought it might be useful and interesting for my members, but then I opened it up to the public. So if I'm a little bit tired, I've been on stream all day. I had a live stream already of my own, open to YouTube. And I've had meetings and preparation for my TV appearance on Monday. Ola Prime TV. So I'm pretty tired, so I don't mean to be terse if I am, but I don't like being asked the same silly questions over and over again and using my vocal cords for something that's not necessary. Why ask what I think about Bitcoin when you can see my positions on the page? No offense to you, Arman. I'm sure you're a lovely person. I'm not snapping at you at all. Don't feel that way, please. All right, folks, so we've broken out of this pattern now. Miraculously, we've broken out of the top of a bull pennant, as it should have. And Bitcoin's not doing Bitcoin things any longer. There's one of my colleagues, I suppose, on YouTube, who's the Bitcoin guy. Cycle trader. I'm sure you all know who he is. He's got a lot of followers, much more than me. But one of his sayings is Bitcoin does Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing Bitcoin things. But now it's not doing that. Bitcoin's behaving like a proper volume commodity. I like the way this is curling up, about to make a big move again. I like the way that's forming, it's building momentum, trying to. This is a 5-minute chart, don't read too much into it. I keep on saying that. I'm treating it seriously, but I'm half knowing in the back of my mind, you can't treat a 5-minute chart all that seriously. So it's with a little bit of irony and a pinch of salt. Classic, I do know a few people have made very, very good money in my trading channel. I know a lot of people who have come into my channel because they were in perilous situations with errant trades, and they're recovering. I'm helping them to, first of all, protect their accounts and then trade their way out of a bad situation. But others have come in and done extremely well, people that have never made money trading. And it's really not rocket science. Most of it's just being sensible and managing risk and knowing what you're doing. And the knowing what you're doing part is probably the easiest part. The being sensible and managing risk part is the most difficult, and the one that's most overlooked, and the one that most people neglect and don't really care too much about, which is perplexing and strange. Yeah, that's right, Daniel. So my MacBook Air seems to be holding up okay. despite the drain on its resources with all of the software running. Yeah, I think we could see this whole move complete in the next 24 hours. Let's see how long this would take if we followed this fractal. So we're now at, in my time, 23:10. This fractal ends at 1 a.m. So that's 2 hours from now. In 2 hours from now, if we follow this fractal, I'm not saying we will, and it's highly unlikely, but if we did, and I repeat, it's highly unlikely. If we did, we'd get here at 10 to 1 in the morning, my time. And it's now 11:15.
Watch the flow, feel the beat, market whispers, skip the heat. I hedge my bets, keep it cool. Trading's an art and not a fool's gold. Groove the move, don't rush the trade. Risk and check, that's how legends are made. Groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end, oh groove the move, don't rush the trade. Risk and check, that's how legends are made. Groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end.
No hype, no fear, just read the line. I sip my coffee while the signals are blind. Doubt and hope, leave them at the door. My edge is the groove, that's what I'm here for.
Watch the flow, feel the beat, market whispers, skip the heat. I hedge my bets, keep it cool. Trading's an art, not a fool's duel. Don't rush the trade, risk and check, that's how legends are made. Groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end, oh groove the move, don't rush the trade. Risk and check, that's how legends are made. Groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end. Prove the price, don't roll the dice. Lay your odds, be precise. A market is a dance floor, not a war. Find the rhythm, find the score. Prove the price, don't roll the dice. Lay your thoughts, be precise. A market is a dance floor, not a war. Find the rhythm, find the score. Groove the move, don't rush the trade. Risk and check, that's how legends are made. Groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end, oh groove the move, don't rush the trade. Risk and check, that's how groove the move, swing with the trend, no stop loss panic. I hedge till the end, oh move with the groove. Hedge the edge. See you on the floor.
Yo, price melting like a lowrider on hot day.
I think we're starting to lag here, folks. Let's see if I can clean down this computer.